what I want to show here is how I would work with a garment and layout on a garment. And this is pretty much a way that I've worked with a lot of garments. Sometimes I work with just the pieces, but more often than not, I'll try and join it together at some point so I can see and have an idea of how the designs are going to fit on the body. Here, I wanted to use diamonds, so I started out painting on Fusible web, just using a couple of soft colors that work with the fabric. Then I cut them into diamond shapes. And I usually start with layout at the back, and I don't ever start dead center. I like to start off center and create an asymmetrical design on a garment. So what I've done is I've started, and I'm doing little clusters. So I'll put a few little clusters on, go to the ironing board and fuse it to see how I like it. Then I would peel back the paper so I can have a look at how it all hangs together. And then I might go ahead and I'd create another cluster. And these I would actually lay on face up to get an idea of how it works. And when I have a pleasing arrangement, then I'd go over to the ironing board and press it in place. So I'll do this for the whole garment. And then, once I think I've got everything the way I like it, I come along with my piece of organza or thin sheer layer of fabric, lay it on top. So this piece has been constructed like my base piece. So I would carefully position this, lay it in place, match up the seams, and then with the fusible web I would press, and the fusible web will stick to the organza, and then it gives me a base for stitching. So I had already done a sample, and this is a really important integral part, is that you do the samples. And not everything about this sample worked. So here I had thought, oh, it would be a great idea to use torn strips, because I love raw edges. And then I would just lay the torn strips on. I wasn't so crazy about that. It didn't look quite refined enough. So I'm back to just using a solid piece of organza, but what did work is the colors, the little bits I put in underneath, the shape, and the variegated thread.